like, what are your thoughts on foundation, and I guess how do you reconcile that with I guess like being what you were saying earlier is unapologetically yourself?
Yeah, I think like I don't know. I mean, I guess we could talk about it within like breaking, right? Like,
Yeah,
I
in
mean,
breaking, yeah.
yeah, like I mean, there's so much merits to learning a chair freeze, right? Or just like
Mm-hmm.
how that the concept of what a freeze even is. Because if I don't know, if I'm not aware of that, then there's nothing wrong with like just freely like like just
Mm-hmm.
like and stuff. But um, I don't know. I think there's just so much value in like understanding like what are the cornerstones of like of this dance. Like what are the things that make breaking like footwork. Like
Mm-hmm.
you know like and having that understanding and at least within like the realm of like what your body can actually do, like trying to learn that, and then from there, I'm sure like through the process of learning that you're always finding yourself, and you're always you try to learn like a step or a pattern, and you accidentally like, slip this way, and then that turns into something that is you, that is unapologetically you, because it's part of your like journey, trying to learn
Yeah.
foundation or whatever. And then like yeah, and it just helps you to bet like if you have that understanding of that foundation, then it helps you to be yourself unapologetically more, because then you have that platform to stand like firmly on. And it's the same thing, it's the same thing with music, it's the same thing with like like what I was telling you about the medicine stuff. Like when you have to present a patient, it's you have your foundation, and like you're gonna throw you around now, because and there's more wiggle room for you to be yourself, because you honored what that foundation is and you made sure to know that well. And so now it's like now you have like a clear way to tell your story. Like you can like you can cook this omelet for somebody and give it to them, and you can put bell peppers in it. But the thing that they'll notice is that the bell peppers, because it's like it clearly tastes like an omelet, right? Versus like I don't know if you didn't know how to make an omelet, and then people would just be like
Yeah, who made
and then they wouldn't notice your bell pepper.
Yeah.
So the same type of thing, I think.
Yeah, no, I've always thought about like foundation kind of like as I almost think that every person has their own foundation in a way. I mean, there's definitely like I kind of separate the word foundation and like textbook moves, because there's obviously there's obviously textbook moves in breaking, which we can talk about all that, six step, windmill, flare, whatever, head spin. Like those are obviously textbook moves, but I've always been like, foundation is kind of something a little bit more, because it is deeply personal. Because I definitely think that everybody, to be a good b-boy or b-girl, has to really understand their body and what the capabilities of it are, and then you take those textbook moves and use and have your body like perform those, and that becomes your actual foundation in that sense. And so long story short, I've always thought of foundation as more of like a control of your body kind of thing, rather than an actual move kind of thing. And I think that that's how I really reconcile being unapologetically yourself with foundation. I don't know. It's it's an interesting concept that I've always like thought about. So.
No, I love that. No, I think I definitely think of it in the same vein. I think also like foundation as being just knowledge, like knowledge of the history of the dance, knowledge of the culture, and then knowledge in recognizing exactly what you're saying. Like that. I mean, like I think that's part of what makes breaking so special. That like it has a foundation, and like we're really talking about like all the different ways that foundation manifests, but like originality very much stems from that, like that foundation of yourself and understanding how to move, the things that you can and that you can't do, and honoring that, and just using that to create your own sort of foundation. So I mean that's cool. I love that.
I mean, I really this was a long time ago when I really started thinking about this, because you know, when I was like a young b-boy, everyone was like, you gotta have foundation, you gotta have foundation. But then also it was like, you also gotta be original, you can't bite. And I was like, dude, those two things almost seem different, like, right? But and so it never made sense in my mind, you know, as a young b-boy, because it almost seems like they're you know, counterintuitive, they're counter to each other, right?
Yeah.
And so I kept trying to reconcile that, right? And I think I finally realized that originality really is foundation to breaking, and your relationship between originality and those textbook moves is your foundation. And I think that's probably the best way I've like really understood that now. And so
I love that. I love that.
yeah,
I think that's something that, especially breaking, just makes that a possibility. Like in that way, you know. It seems like it. I don't know, from my understanding. But yeah, I love that.
thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please click like if you liked it, or dislike if you thought it was whack. Either way, make some noise in the comments down below. Let me know what you think. And please subscribe if you're down with that broke boy and or broke girl shit. Thanks. Peace.